Are you looking to buy a property in the state of Florida and want to know what's possible with down payment assistance, free money, and also no money down? Well, with that, I want to give you some information and be a value to you. And if I am a value to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and certainly hit the bell so we can stay in touch. To introduce myself, my name is Troy Funk, and it's Funk, F-U-N-K, Funk K. I am a licensed real estate broker in the state of Florida. I am actually the broker owner of Realty One Group Skyline on the Central West Coast. I've been in the business going on 40 years. And as such, I'm going to introduce you to someone that knows a lot about down payment assistance, free money, and also what's possible with no money down. Videotaped this a little earlier in the day. And with that, I noticed that the sound on my mic is not so good, but the sound quality of hers is good. So forgive that, but I think you're going to find the information valuable as I introduce you to Samantha Vitale. I'm going to start asking you some questions.
Great, let's go.
All right, Sam, so we leave in our office and we're going to end up going around here and show you what $100,000 homes look like now that they're a million.
Exactly.
And why it's so important to buy a house, right?
Absolutely.
So, Sam, let me talk about you. What qualifies you? Tell me about your experience in working with down payment assistance.
Yeah, so just a little bit of a quick backstory. I actually relocated here about 3 years ago from New York City. My husband and I were both New York City police officers for a very long time, and we decided to come down here and continue our law enforcement career. However, I actually practiced real estate on the side for a long time back in New York City and just assisted, first responders in their real estate endeavors. Yes.
And your husband's a police officer.
Yes, he actually works for one of the local sheriff's department in our area here.
And yet you also got your real estate license, and this was back in New York?
Back in New York, and I just, again, helped other officers kind of just do their deals and things like that. And when we got down here to Florida, I decided to go with that passion full time.
So what brought you down here to Florida?
First, family, and then really just wanting to enjoy the quality of life, just slow down a bit. And, we have our daughter now, so we wanted to just embrace that Florida lifestyle, really.
Well, that's exciting. So that's what brought you down to Florida. But we're talking about down payment assistance today, and basically let's start with the good stuff, the free money. What's possible with free money?
So free money, in terms of free money, actually Ron DeSantis is giving a very generous relocation bonus for police officers. It's called the Florida Law Enforcement Bonus Program, and that comes in the form of a check from your employer in the amount of $5,000.
So that is for law enforcement?
That is for law enforcement.
So it's for law enforcement that are moving to the state of Florida?
Absolutely.
So since we handle real estate all over the state of Florida, Samantha, obviously you can help somebody if they're a police officer moving to the state of Florida.
100%. Not to mention, there are certain certifications you will need coming from out of state to be, certified law enforcement in the state. I can help guide you in that direction as well on how to go ahead and get certified.
Wow, that's exciting. So that's free money if you're a police officer.
Free money in your pocket.
If you're a police officer and you're moving to the state of Florida, there's two things you need to do. First off, you need to call Sam. And on that note, I'm going to leave your information below because you have a resource, and especially as a police officer, having been a police officer, your husband's a police officer, there's an opportunity for free money. But let's talk about what else is possible. So what else is possible for a down payment assistance right now?
Yeah, so actually another really amazing program that our Florida government has given is called the Hometown Heroes program. And that is a down payment and closing cost assistance program. Right now, the funding is actually gone. They tend to go ahead and refund it most of the time when it does empty out. But there are some other programs that are available that are pretty much identical or even better than the Hometown Heroes program. And we can certainly talk about that as well.
Okay, so let me clarify. So there is a Hometown Heroes opportunity, but the money runs out, right? There's an allotment that's given for this, and you need to be available. So obviously, someone like yourself, what's possible, when this money is available, when it's not available.
Absolutely.
To take advantage of that. And that's assuming, and you don't have to be a police officer to do that, correct?
No, actually there are 52 different professions that you can qualify under for this program.
Can you give me an example of some of those?
Yeah, so you're talking about active and retired military, you're talking about police, firefighters, nurses, all medical professions pretty much, teachers, anyone in childcare. There's just, the list honestly goes on.
That's outstanding. So that's also a program, but again, they need to talk to a professional like you that knows when this money is available, because right now, in the time that we're doing this video, the money's not here yet, but it probability it's coming back. So they need to talk to you about that as an option.
Yep.
So there's other options if you need, if you're looking for low down payment or down payment assistance. So Sam, what else is possible?
So actually right now, another program that I think is wonderful is the 101% FHA down payment program. And what that does is it simulates the Hometown Hero program in the sense that it gives you that, you don't have to come with a down payment. And then it also gives you 1% toward closing costs, which is amazing. And there's no PMI involved, which obviously can be costly. And PMI, just to clarify, is your mortgage insurance.
So does the money run out of that program?
No. That one is good to go. As long as you qualify for it, obviously, you do need a credit score of 640 or better. And the debt to income ratio is actually a little higher on that one, which is nice. It's about 50%. And the thing I love about it is that you can actually go ahead and buy up to a 4-unit. As long as you're occupying one of the units, you can buy a duplex, a triplex, quadplex. So there's some potential to start investing in real estate and really dig into that generational wealth. And that's definitely what you want to look to do. Right. So this one is open to first-time home buyers. It's really open to everyone. As long as you go ahead and you hit those requirements, which we have a great lender we partner with who is very knowledgeable. And so, obviously it could be situational depending on your particular circumstances. That's why I definitely encourage, give us a call so we can go ahead and go through what that looks like for you.
Okay, so that's FHA. So I think what we established, I mean, there's free money available if you're a police officer moving to Florida. There's also an opportunity if you're in a certain profession where there's gifting, or there's actually, I wouldn't say gifting is not the right word, but there's incentive. Let's just say that. There's incentive for financing. And if you don't qualify for either one, there's also opportunities as well. And you talked about the FHA program, which is unique, and that's open to anyone that would qualify. But is that primarily just for first-time home buyers? For the Hometown Heroes program? Hometown Heroes, or just, let's dissect that out a little bit.
Yeah, so actually, and I'm speculating here is why the money ran out so fast the second time around, but they actually did open it up to first-time home buyers as well.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily need to fit into that 52 professions. You could also just be a first-time home buyer, meaning you haven't had any interest in a property in the last 3 years, and that would make you a first-time home buyer on paper.
Outstanding. And outside of FHA, if you're a veteran as well, obviously if you're a veteran, we're talking no money down, correct? No money down if you're a veteran. The other great thing about this is that it's USDA eligible. So a lot of properties in Florida will be USDA eligible, which are zero money down loans. They're for rural loans, really, and you'll find that for a lot of properties in Florida. So this is a program that you can do a lot with. Very extensive in terms on things that can be done. Well, what's interesting about USDA loan, a lot of that was historically, that was normally for, as you said, rural properties out in the country. But with so much development going on in Florida, that qualifies for a lot of the new houses.
Yes, 100%.
So can I share where you live right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you live in?
I live in Parrish, and very up and coming. I actually love it.
Yeah, Parrish is a good area, especially here for Florida, because that's where you're going to get a new home, more for your money at that price point, and that there's a lot of opportunity. And Parrish qualifies. Is that correct?
Parrish definitely qualifies for sure.
So Parrish qualifies for USDA financing.
Yes.
Which is really interesting because a lot of times people would think that historically that was for more rural property, but now that's becoming more for new houses.
Yes. Yep. And Parrish is great. I mean, you have a number of things that are going to go in. There's already plans for 2 different hospitals, schools. So again, if you're falling into those job categories, there's a lot of opportunity for you.
Yeah, excellent. Now in Florida, you can buy a new house for under $300,000, but again, it depends on where you're at. And we are in an area right now in Sarasota I would call it Laurel Park, and we just walked from our office. But I think what's so interesting, and to talk about down payment assistance, is this neighborhood we're walking in. As I said, there's homes here that we're selling for $100,000 at a certain point in my lifetime that are now $1 million. Same house, but it's all about location. But it shows the importance of buying real estate, right?
Absolutely. You know, even if you get in at the ground level somewhere, again, back to, you know, if you're going to want to get even a multi-unit property, you could do that with some of these programs, and you're not renting. You know, you're getting in and you're making an investment that, as Troy just mentioned, you can have a property just, you know, boom in value.
It's absolutely calculated well if you hold on to it long enough. Even in these cycles of people worried about the market and how the market's changed, the people that paid $100,000 for a home that still own that home have $1 million home in some regards, because they looked at real estate as an investment. And that's what's so interesting, is because you can buy an investment for little money down. And again, Florida, we can handle anywhere in the state of Florida. We have sales all over the state right now. And new homes, you can get a new home under $300,000 depending on where you're at. And can you elaborate more on that? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think even just kind of speaking to my own experience, I came here and I bought new construction, and their amount of incentives, I think the statistic right now is about 75% of home builders here are giving some sort of incentive, whether that be closing costs or they're going to buy down the rate. So the potential is here. If you're worried about what's going on with housing, I think that there are so many options that you need to go ahead and start exploring, because the potential is definitely here.
I do. You know, in my profession, I'm always kind of surprised that people are waiting to buy. They're always waiting for that right opportunity to buy real estate. A good friend, a good colleague in our office, Max, talks about the best time to buy real estate is when you can afford it.
Yes, exactly.
Because you just don't know. Life changes on you sometimes. And
for sure.
When, you know, not letting everybody else make your decision, but just buying that as an investment. If you hold on to it long term, and you buy the right asset, it will pay itself off. It can give you income. It could be worth $1 million one day. In this neighborhood, certainly talks about that. What's possible right around our office. But Samantha, you're just such a wealth of information.
Thank you.
And you've got so much to offer as far as helping somebody that is looking for down payment assistance. You have a lot of experience with that. You know this market really well. And with that, I think we've added some value.
Yeah.
I hope we have. And if we have, click that like button, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to leave Samantha's information below, and I encourage you to reach out to her if you're looking for down payment assistance, as she certainly has demonstrated. She's a wealth of information. Florida's an opportunity right now where you can buy a new home for under $300,000. That's not necessarily the case all over the United States right now. And if you're a police officer coming into the state of Florida, anywhere in the state of Florida, absolutely contact Samantha.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm closing out. Samantha, any final words?
Just want to say also, I really appreciate everything you guys do out here, you know, protecting and serving. And I also offer some rebates within a program of my own for my fellow first responders. So again, guys, thank you so much for what you do, and be safe.
Bye.